How y'all?
Go ahead. So, what's your name? Where you from? How you doing?
My name is Jah, but I go by Jah. I'm 19 years old. I'm originally from Hackensack, New Jersey, but I've spent most of my life here, most of my marriage.
Wow. Okay. Hey, you guys, it's Ken the Don here. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Mogúl Talks. I'm here with Jah, and we're going to go through the interview with him, and we have a special event for you at the end. So let's get to it. How you doing today, sir? How are you?
I'm grateful. I'm very excited for the opportunity to be here and discuss my purpose with you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Well, thank you for joining.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, where you're from, things of the sort. You know, you said you're from
Originally, I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey. That's
Okay.
where my whole family is from.
Jersey.
I lived there until I was really little, like 4 or 5. My mom moved us to Baltimore around that time, so she could go to Mogul. She's a professor there now.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the whole time we were going back and forth, so I never stopped associating myself with being from there. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
Like, I just have 2 different homes.
Yeah, that's good to have 2 different homes. Shout out to all the Morgan people out there.
Yeah, shout
Morgan
out
Bears.
Morgan State.
So, what first got you into music?
I come from a family of performers. My mother was an R&B artist in the 90s. My grandmother was a traveling singer before that. Basically, my whole mom's side of the family was entertainers. So it's really in my blood.
Yeah.
But the first thing that made me realize and understand that I wanted to do music was the first song that I ever remember hearing, which was Step in the Name of Love. When I heard that song when I was like 2 years old, I just knew I wanted to be a singer.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like that was the thing that made me decide to be an artist.
Okay, yeah, that was a good song back in the day.
Yeah,
That had
back in the day.
everybody going.
Back in the day, it was great.
All right, so I was gonna say how long have you been singing, but you kind of answered that. So is that when you kind of started, or like what do you see as your official time to start singing?
That's a beautiful question because it's weird.
Yeah.
I always knew I wanted to do it, and it was always something that I prided myself on. I was a theater kid when I was little. I did plays and stuff, and I would sing in musical theater. But I had an experience when I was 11 with a director at Center Stage. Actually, I got a scholarship to go to Center Stage, and I had this director I really looked up to. And when we were putting together the final performance, we got to choose what we wanted to do. So I chose to sing "Imagine" by John Lennon, and I sung it, and everybody said it was dope. And then she pulled me to the side, and she was like, "So Jah, I think you're very, very talented, but singing isn't for you, and you should do it again." So I stopped singing for years, from the time I was 11. So I want to say around like 16 or 17, I shut up about music. I didn't tell anybody I did music, and I was really depressed because I felt like that was what I knew I wanted to do in my life, and somebody I looked up to told me that I couldn't. So I just kind of fell into a depression for a big part of my life, and I wasn't doing anything. And then God reminded me of my purpose, and I fell back into it naturally. And ever since then, every day I wake up, I just sing.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm
That's
just
awesome.
chasing that dream.
You know, that's how it can be though. Sometimes, you know, people they see something great in you,
Yeah.
and instead of articulating it and knowing how to articulate it, they demonize it, and then they just shun you away. But I'm so grateful. I'm so glad that you're still singing and that you
Thank
decided
you.
to get back out there. What is your creative process like? So when you're, creating this project and such, what's your creative process like?
I just pray. I think that the reason my music comes out the way that it does is because I don't think about it. I pride myself on never thinking, because I feel like the second you think about your art, you think about your creativity, you're taking away the natural aspect of it. And I think that art and creative expression is just a natural, universal constant that we are all capable of. I think that we are all naturally creators. So when you just connect to source, when you meditate on your art, when you pray and set intentions over it, it flows out so much quicker, and it's always a beautiful process. It's never something that you have to stress or worry about. So my creative process is really just connecting to source.
That's very profound. That's very profound that you would say that, especially as a young man. Not a lot of people understand that. Even here on Mogúl Talks, that's something that we talk about often. Being connected. And I talked about the law of supply and understanding that when you're connected to them, it's unlimited supply.
Nothing
So
that
you
you
have to
can't do.
worry about nothing. So that is awesome. With fellow like-minded person like that, that's pretty cool. So what skills can you say that you've learned to help you in your singing career?
Wow, what skills? Not caring what people have to say. That has saved my life, learning that. And it's such a hard thing to learn because we live in a very ego-driven society. We live in a very materialistic society that's much about doing things to impress people and getting money so you can flex things. Like, that's what people govern their daily lives off of. And when I decided to not participate in that system, I became the happiest that I've ever been. You know, because I'm no longer living to impress someone other than myself. I'm just existing, and I'm being me, and I'm doing what I feel I'm supposed to. And learning that from my music career has made me create music that is timeless, that is going to be loved for generations and generations. And I wouldn't have done that if I was just trying to be the next Drake or Lil Baby or whoever was popular. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was just latching on to something just because it was hot, I wouldn't be me, and that no one would care.
Yeah. But that's the thing, being you and being authentically you, and that's what, you know, has the people gravitate to. You know, it's like even when we met to go to New York for the NAN and such, you know, like I saw you and I'm like, okay, something about this kid, just the way you carried yourself from everyone else, and then we all get connected and we're on Instagram, and I'm like, that was it. He's a creative, you know, but like, you know, understanding that, like, that is the key, is just being in a place of letting things flow. You know, like, I don't want to shift anything, but that seems like that's exactly what this interview is talking about. Helping people understand, not to stress, not to carry and worry about man. You know, because once you let the fear of man go, you're free to do whatever. Because you're not limited. Exactly, you're not limited. So that is awesome. That is amazing. What kind of singer would you classify yourself as? Because I know you just said all that.
That's a dope question, because I always tell people R&B, but I feel like that's not true. Like,
really?
Because
why?
I'm capable of anything. You feel me? Like, I can sing. I could really sing. I could also really rap. I could also like do screamo. I could do rock music. You feel me? Like, whatever I was feeling at the time, I could do it and make it sound like somebody who just does that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to put myself in that box, because I feel like the second I say that I just do that, I'm telling my art that that's all we're capable of, and that's not the truth. You feel me? Like, I'm really trying to be like the greatest of all time, and not just one of those people that say that. I mean, like, I really want to live and reflect that in terms of my ideologies and my outreach. I want to be able to create music to where somebody can hear it in the Bronx or Malaysia or Sweden and get the same feeling and be just connected to it. You feel me? So I just want to call myself a universal singer for everybody.
What has been the most defining moments for you? Like, so what has helped you develop yourself to that point of understanding?
Thank you for asking. The thing that made me decide that this is what I was going to do was I was homeless for the entire year of 2018, from the time I was 16 to 17. My mom and my family, we lost the house we were living in, and then we were just kind of like living on the street in motels and in cars. I was in school at the time. I was actually in college, and I dropped out because I was like, I just watched my mother go to college for like over a decade. You feel me? And we still ended up homeless. So why am I wasting my time? You know? And then after I left college, and I was just sitting to myself, that was really the most depressed point for me. And I had an experience where I almost took my life. You feel me? I tried to kill myself in a hotel room that we were sitting in. I was in there by myself. I took a whole bunch of anxiety medication I had, because they make your brain like go to sleep. So I thought if I took a whole lot, I would go to sleep and I wouldn't wake up. And I did wake up, and then I was upset. I went in the bathroom. I just started crying, and I didn't know what else to do. So I just started talking to God, and I told God that I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I wanted to do music. I wanted to be an artist and a creative, but I just kept telling God I don't think I can do it. I can't do it. And then my phone buzzed randomly, and I got a notification for this video, and I clicked on it, and the video had a commercial that showed a baby that was trying to learn how to walk, and then it kept falling. And then there was somebody trying to play the guitar, and people were in the comment sections under his video saying that he sucked and he couldn't do it. And then there was a person with a prosthetic limb trying to learn how to walk again, and she kept falling, and she said, I can't. And as the commercial went on, it showed all the people who were failing at the things they were trying, succeeding at them. And it started saying my name, my birth name. The song that was playing in the background of the commercial started saying Soldier. And at the very end of it, in giant letters, it said, we are born to do what can be done, do what you can. And I took that as a sign from God to tell me that I was here to do everything I thought I could. So I got it tattooed on my wrist, right here. And ever since then, I've been doing that. I've been living the life that I thought I could. And that's why I'm here. You feel me? That's why I'm still breathing.
That's good.
I owe all that shit to God.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, listen. I ain't gonna get into preaching mode because he about to make me get up and run around here.
No, I'm the perfect person for that.
But that's the trueness of it. You don't understand that even in our weakness, that's when, we realize we're strong, and it's to see you to, push past those weak moments, I commend you to keep going on and to keep pushing to see what the other side of it was. Now you're on the other side, I'm happy that you decided to push past,
Thanks.
So that's awesome. That's really, really inspiring. Who would you like to collaborate with, and who would you say your inspiring artists are?
My favorite artist of all time is Chance the Rapper.
Okay. That we all agree.
My top three musical influences are Chance the Rapper, Michael Jackson, and Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Chance, because before I listened to Chance the Rapper, the only things I listened to was 90s R&B and pop music. That was what I grew up on. And he was really my introduction to hip hop when I was like 10 or 11. And when I heard him, it was like the weirdest, trippiest, craziest sound to me at the time. I was like, I want to make something that sounds like that. But I would say he's probably number one or number two on my list of people I want to collab with right now. I'd say it's Chance the Rapper and John Bellion. John Bellion, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's a really dope artist who writes for a lot of big industry people, and I look up to him a lot as well.
I can see that in you, especially now. Like, I caught on to Chance back in what was the Acid Trip or what?
Yeah, Acid Rap. Yeah, that was my first project too. That came out when I was a little kid.
Yeah, that came out. I was a nigga back in my Chick-fil-A days. So going to work every morning, I'm jamming to that.
You feel me?
And I'm like, yes.
You feel me? Yo, that's really how it was. I'm still like that to this day.
That's cool. So Chance the Rapper, you hear that? We're gonna put this out there. Let's get in collab.
Yeah, let's manifest that.
Yes. If you could change anything in the music industry right now, what would it be and why?
Wow, question. I would change how superficial it is. But I think that's just a problem with the world in general. I think that the world is kind of very much about living to impress or please people, and we over-accentuate that in the music industry and entertainment as a whole by doing things like creating artificial beefs or situations just to have people talk about them. I think that's strange, considering that music is the thing that connects all people. You feel me? Like, regardless of what language you speak or where you're from or what color you are, if you hear a song and it sounds good, then it sounds good. And I think that that's a superpower that we should be realizing to unify people. I think that we should be using music culture and the community behind it to bridge those barriers and those gaps between people of different nationalities or ethnicities or ideologies. And there's no other way to do that other than art. You feel me? Like, war isn't going to do that. Politics can't do that. Like, the only thing that's that powerful is being an artist. So I really want my artistry to do that for the world. You know what I'm saying? That's why I chose my name. The name JahMakesMusic is not only just me saying my name, but it translates to God makes music. I want to tell people that we are God's song.
Yeah.
With the things that I do. And
It's good. That's good. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business? Like,
Oh
you
wow.
think that's helped?
It's been a very beneficial thing for music. Technology and its advancements in general are a good thing for humanity. I don't think technology is inherently bad. I think that the way it's manipulated and utilized is, and something that's happened with internet culture behind music is the internet in general has desensitized humanity to everything, like to people dying. Like you can scroll down Instagram and see somebody get their head blown off or decapitated and stuff like that. And that's not supposed to be something that's normalized, you know. But because it has been, people think that that's cool. People over accentuate it in art and they try to imitate it. Like there's so many people that are dead from chasing clout that would still be here.
Yeah.
Clout chasing wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
You know? So I would say that it's been a negative and a positive.
What's the best advice that you have been given?
Probably this right here for real. We are born to do what can't be done, so do what you can. You know what I'm saying? I govern myself off of that. I live my life off of that premise that there is nothing that I can't do. Even if somebody existed before me and tried it and failed, that has nothing to do with how my outcome will turn out. I think that the reason that we have legends, the reason we have people that we feel is great, is because they aspired and tried to do something that everybody else thought was impossible. So I know that the only way for me to be what I know God put me here to be is to be that person. I have to do everything that everybody else thinks that is impossible, that it can't be done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like you said, pushing past that fear of man, pushing past that worrying and those what ifs, because they're always going to come. Risk is always a factor that you have to play in.
Anything that you do.
Anything.
And life is all perception. You feel me?
Exactly.
So if you go into a
Yes,
situation
sir.
perceiving that things are going to not turn out well for you, then they won't. Just because your
Exactly.
mind is so powerful, it will make it so.
Yes, sir.
So I've really rewired my brain to everything I do, I'm gonna make this happen. Nobody's gonna tell me it's not. And if you think that hard enough, then your life will turn out that way.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're already going there with the motivation, but what is one message that you would say to your fans right now?
I gotta be really careful about this. I say to shine your light. For me, I was gonna say be yourself, but deeper than that, I say be who God intended you to be. And that doesn't necessarily have to be the same God I believe in. It doesn't have to be or look like the same thing. You can call it yourself, the universe, whatever you want to call it. But listen to that inner voice, that intuition that tells you what you already know to be true. Don't let other people decide your life for you. Don't let other people determine how you end up or whether or not you're happy or fulfilled with your existence. Just be yourself and listen to your head. And your head and your heart will tell you what's for you and what's not.
Yeah. Y'all hear how the whole universe obeyed to that and got quiet so that we could do that. For real.
Real talk.
I believe stuff
It
like
really
that.
did.
I did.
That was wild.
That's so the main reason why we're here. What's next for you? What you got coming up for you?
I have an EP dropping on February 14th on Valentine's Day. It's called Love After Heartbreak. I've been making it for like 4 years now, since I was 16. Yeah, it's wild. It's a story of falling in love, getting your heart broken, and then learning how to love again through self-love or love of self. The project is in order like that. It's broken up into different parts and different sounds. And each sound is supposed to reflect a different stage of love and heartbreak. It's very important to me to get the project out because it's like an accumulation of all the trauma I've experienced over this last half of my life. And I view the project as a way of me releasing or letting go of that trauma. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I've been so hard on myself and like I've been grinding so crazy on trying to get it in front of people because I feel like once it's there, I can release that from me, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna have going on these next couple of months. I'm gonna be releasing it, shooting videos for the songs on it. I wanna do a visual EP. I wanna go on musical tour actually, because I write plays and comic book scripts as well. So I'm in the process of writing a children's book and a musical tour for the EP. And then I'm just trying to take over the world for real. I got my debut album after the EP already halfway finished. I'm gonna get that done the same time I'm working on all the rollout stuff for this project. I'm just trying to take over the music game, spread God's light. So that's what's next. You know what I'm saying? I'm really going to do that.
Yes, sir. Well, you folks, you heard it here. Here on Mogul Talks with Ken the Don. We got Mr. Jah here. His upcoming album. Go ahead and what platforms can they find it on?
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube. We're going to put it all over the world, you know, so everybody will have access to it.
All right, Love After Heartbreak, you guys. Go ahead and tune into that. And just up and coming, we're going to have a special performance from Mr. Jah performing one of his songs. All right, you guys, tune in. Thank you. You good? Thank you.
I try to stay wild tonight, why not just be honest? I try to make you know that I'm only satisfied. You know, baby, I wanna set you free, but ain't nobody around except for me. Gonna love you the way that you need to be. And baby, I've been fooled every one of the seas. Now it ain't too hard for me to see. There ain't nobody else I want but we. And baby, I could try to stay wild tonight. Why not just be honest? Try to make you know that I'm only satisfied. Baby, oh, you make me loco. I send the photos, I don't know. My love is so slow, say this is no. Although you make me so much, and he's so much. I'm so low, I'm just like photo. I always tell you that I love you, yeah, you know that. And I already said I trust you, can't control that. Because the way you love it on, you can't control that. Baby. And I know that you said you wouldn't try to control me. And usually I'm with shit, but that's the old me. You said you love me well, baby, you gotta show me. I could try to stay wild tonight. Why not just be honest? If I decide to make you know that I'm only satisfied.
I like that.
Hey you guys, this is Ken the Don here. Listen, don't forget to like and subscribe if you listened to today's video and you enjoyed it. Thanks.